to our session on massage and touch practices for yoga. So a little bit of background to the session. I am also a sports massage practitioner, and I've experienced a lot of different kinds of touch and somatic practices through my training as a dancer, and then various different kinds of yoga movement practices. And I really enjoy bringing together the sort of benefits and the yumminess, I suppose is a good word, of sort of massage or touch-based practices into the yoga space as well. So this session is going to explore a little bit around what kind of practices might we want to include within our yoga space as yoga teachers, kind of what our scope of practice is in this space where we're introducing touch. And we're going to look at sort of ethical touch and consent, as well as some tips for introducing touch into your sessions. So we're not particularly going to be looking at sort of that massage-based practice. So nothing in terms of kind of massage-based techniques like effleurage or sort of specific techniques that might be used, say, therapeutically by a physiotherapist, or the kind of very intensive touch and massage that's used by massage practitioners, but rather kind of touch-based practices that work really beautifully in a yoga space. So some of you might have experienced touch or massage offered sort of at the beginning of class as we're kind of arriving and grounding in that sort of starting space, or perhaps just before or during Shavasana, whether that's a gentle kind of head massage, a little bit of touch to shoulders, or often sort of feet, or very minor kind of physical touch-based adjustments that can be offered in those moments. So that's kind of the space we're going to be playing in today. Okay, so why might we want to include massage or touch in our yoga classes? And this definitely isn't to say that you must include touch in the yoga space, or it's something that you have to offer as a teacher. For us as teachers, we will know for ourselves what feels comfortable and good for us, as well as students as well. So if you've experienced touch in a yoga space, just take a moment to kind of think about that, reflect on that, and whether that sort of moment of touch was something that was pleasant, whether it was something that was maybe not pleasant or came as a bit of a surprise. Maybe being touched is not your vibe at all. I know that sometimes I have days where I'm really happy to welcome some touch, and I have days where I'm like, hands off, no thank you. So of course, all of those different factors come into play. But if you've experienced touch in a really pleasant way in a class as a student, just take a moment to reflect on that. And just think about, what was it in that moment that felt good? How was the touch offered? How did it feel to receive? Great, so thinking about your own experience, just take a moment to consider whether touch is something that you would also like to offer to your students.